Welcome. In this lesson we will tackle an ielts academic writing task 1, working from a table and a bar chart all the way to a full Band 9 model answer. Here is the task. The table and the chart below provide a breakdown of the total expenditure and the average amount of money spent by students per week while studying abroad in 4 countries. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Take a moment to read the data. The table on the left gives one total figure per country. The bar chart on the right splits weekly spending into accommodation, tuition, and living cost for each of the 4 countries. Notice these are 2 different measures, so we will report each one in turn. First, let's be clear about the job. Task 1 is pure description, no opinions, and no guessing why. You select the main features rather than listing every number, and you compare where it makes sense. Aim for at least 150 words in about 20 minutes. Because we have 2 visuals, we will report each one in its own paragraph. Now brainstorm before writing a word. From the table, country A is the highest and country D the lowest. The totals fall in neat steps, and a costs roughly double D. From the chart, accommodation is the smallest weekly cost everywhere. Living cost leads in A, B, and C, but in country D tuition just edges above it. One quirk worth noting: country B spends the most on accommodation. The overview is the single most important part of any task 1. Step back and name the big picture in 1 or 2 sentences. Here, 2 ideas cover it. Totals decline from A to D and the weekly figures broadly follow, and accommodation is always the smallest weekly cost, while living cost and tuition dominate. No fine numbers needed here. That is what the body is for. Here is the plan. 4 short paragraphs, an introduction that paraphrases the question, an overview with the 2 trends we just found, body 1 for the table, and body 2 for the chart. Simple and repeatable. Let's build the answer. The introduction. The table shows the total cost of studying abroad in 4 countries, labeled to D, while the bar chart breaks down students' average weekly spending across 3 categories: accommodation, tuition, and living costs. All figures are given in US dollars. Overview. Overall, total expenditure fell steadily from country A to country D, and this downward trend was broadly mirrored in the weekly figures. In addition, accommodation was consistently the smallest weekly cost in every country, whereas living costs and tuition generally accounted for the larger amounts. Body 1, the table. Turning to the details, students in country A faced by far the highest overall cost, at $875, followed by country B at $735. Expenditure then dropped more sharply to $540 in country C and just $435 in country D. That is roughly half the figure for country A. Body 2, the chart. In terms of weekly spending, living costs were the largest outlay in countries A, B, and C, peaking at $430 in country A, before falling to $275 in country C. Tuition followed a similar declining pattern, from $358 down to $235 in country D, where it narrowly overtook living costs. Accommodation remained the lowest category throughout, ranging from $280 in country B to $200 in country D. Why does this reach Band 9? Task achievement. A clear overview plus accurate, well-chosen data for both visuals. Coherence. 4 logical paragraphs with smooth linking. Lexical resource. Precise trend and comparison language. And grammatical range. Varied, accurate structures. So remember the shape of a great task 1. Paraphrase, then a clear overview, then 2 focused body paragraphs. Practice 1 chart a day, and this becomes automatic. Good luck!